Hello everybody. My name is Kelly Joe, Sunshine Joe, 420 Astrology on YouTube. Today I'm going to bring you a birth chart reading for someone. It is a friend of mine, dear friend of mine, and I've been needing to work on her chart honestly since Christmas. Just got a little crazy. I finished it today and I just asked her, so I did get permission if it was okay if I posted this. Obviously not going to refer to anyone or anything, but this is going to be a reading for a Sun Scorpio, a moon in Aries, and a rising in Capricorn. So as any birth chart, I'm always really excited to just like dig in, especially when I already know people and then I can go and look at their chart. I'm like, oh my gosh, it all makes so much sense. So yeah, that's where we'll start. I'm going to do just like a brief explanation on the planets and what they represent, what they stand for. For the person I'm making this for, I will send you it all, like I'll send you. But for everyone else, I do plan to do another video that I'll post maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, I don't know, we'll see. Explaining, breaking down a little bit more about the planets and like what that actually means, okay? So we are going to begin with her sun in Scorpio. So the sun is what all of us really know, the basic you. This is what everyone kind of sees you as. A lot of people do not reside with their sun sign. I know a lot of people that I can see like, wow, you are not like all the other Sagittariuses I know or whatever. And then there's other people who are through and through. I'm a sun sign in Gemini and I am a through and through Gemini, but I also have a rising in Gemini, so that kind of helps. But besides the point, that is has a lot to do with your moon sign. So your moon sign is your inner, how you feel about yourself, how you think about yourself, kind of just like how you operate. And then your rising sign is essentially like your personality, the public you, who characteristically, personality you show out as, really without even knowing. It's a very subconscious kind of thing. Another one that we talk about is the Lilith, and the Lilith is the subconscious, your subconscious thinking, how you just kind of like your inner limits too, because your subconscious normally in our world is just like not the best. It's really like taught ideas. It's not the greatest. So a lot of us have to work on our Lilith, me included. I'm just going to keep going and then I'll go back and I'll say her sign at everyone. Mercury is your communication, how you talk, how you plan, how you kind of like communicate all through publicly, personally, and work, all sorts, all communication is ruled in Mercury. Venus is love and relationships, doesn't even have to be like sexual or intimate relationships. Relationships with all people is Venus. Mars is action, so that is like red, fiery, how you do, what you do. It is just like, that was one that was really easy for me to remember because it's just like, I just see Mars as like a red burning planet. So it's like, what are you doing? That's your Mars. Your Jupiter is your abundance, your luck. Jupiter also has a lot to do with like religion and spirituality and abundance. And Jupiter is probably one of my favorite planets. I didn't know that. So that was really fun to learn in my journey here. So Saturn is your limits. I recently learned about Saturn is like, Saturn rules time and it is slow moving. Like you are not budging, you are not going. It's like an old lady standing in line for whatever on Black Friday. Like there is no getting around Saturn. When we are in Saturn retrograde or anything like that, like it is definitely not the time for us to push what we want. Our agenda, it literally does not matter. Saturn does not care. So that is always really hard to work on, especially in the time of day that we live in. We live in a very short-circuited, we like our information fast, we like it short, we like it simple, and some things are able to be communicated that way, but some things just need time. And Saturn is a great teacher for that. So, you know, you got to find the gratitude in the things. Yes. Uranus is change, revolution, how you kind of, it's the opposite of Saturn. So Saturn is really the time you're not pushing it. You have to go through it. You have to do it. Uranus is on the other hand of that. Uranus is when you've done the time and it's time to expand. It's time to grow. Uranus is a very exciting sign. So I'm going to say every sign's my favorite, so I'm not even going to say that anymore. Your Neptune is essentially what I take from it is like your spiritual, like deeper self. It'll make more sense. And then your Pluto is your power. So just kind of like where your strength lies and like how you can use that in an advantage and sometimes how it can be a disadvantage for you too. And then we did talk about Lilith, but Lilith is subconscious. So how I think about it, how I tell people to think about it is I am a sun sign with a soul of your moon sign with the mask of your rising. So whatever those three signs are, you can plug into those blanks, and that can really give you a really like broad idea of how you think, how you operate, how you live, how you do, how you are you, right? Okay, so now we're going to go back to the personal birth chart here. So we're going to just start with the sun in Scorpio. Scorpio is one of the signs that I had to learn the most about because my husband is a Scorpio. So honestly, I never really understood the whole meaning behind it. So to break it down a little bit, Scorpio is ruled by it's ruled by Pluto. And again, that is just like your power. And it's like the furthest planet away from the sun. So it's the darkest planet. Scorpios get a real bad rep for being like sneaky or like indecisive or like intense, which they are. They really are. They are powerful. They are intense. When a Scorpio really understands the power that they hold is like of fortune and is of freedom. Everyone thinks about it in like a negative way. Like when I say Pluto is the planet of like death, essentially everyone's like, oh, and it really takes you to like switch that in your mind and not think about it as a negative, because like from death comes life. Like without death, there is no birth. Do you know? So like, it's not a bad thing. Pluto himself didn't even understand how powerful he was back in the Greek mythological ways. So Scorpio really is just like a sign that needs to have such understanding and acceptance. And when they are out of whack or out of alignment with your chakras, let me take a drink. You're very hard to get to do anything, honestly. So what I have written down for you is intense with everything they do, hard to commit to anything. Like, don't even try. Like, they're not somebody that you're going to talk into doing something. Like, it's just not going to happen. Like, if you do something, if you show up for something, everyone and their mama should know it's because you wanted to do it, period. It says that you can't make them do shit, which, yes. You like to have power and control, which is not a bad thing. I mean, you can use that as motivation in your life, like to be settled somewhere and to like not be constantly growing, to be motivated, to be better, to be more successful. You would find yourself in a very like, I don't want to say boring, but like boring state of life, state of mind. And boring life is not for a Scorpio. So it's definitely something that you want to make sure that you're only doing to yourself. I write about it a little bit more in your chart, but it's like you can push yourself and you can want to do all of these amazing, successful, awesome things, but the people that you love and surround yourself with might not have that same motivation. It actually might make them feel bad. It actually might make them feel scared or timid. And like, that's why you get frustrated, because you're like, let's go. And other people around you are like, wait. And that is definitely cause for just like irritation within you. So then lashing out and being angry. I joke with Justin all the time that like, I just like to hear myself talk as a Gemini, and he just like can't be wrong. And so we make a dynamic duo when we're working together, but we're also very like able to clash too. So when both of us are able to know that when we're like showing our intense sides, to like really take a step back, and that takes a lot of work. So just starting day one of being able to like recognize, okay? Just recognize, right? It says your willpower is the best of all. You will get what you want. You do not let fear stop you. You do not let people's opinions stop you. Like, other people could have failed 20 million times. If you want to do it, you're going to do it, as you should. Like, that is something that you should really take as, again, your personal power. You are a powerful ass bitch. Okay? Yes. you like to like sit back and observe. And when you do that, a lot of people might think that like you're being like unassertive, or you're being like lazy, or you're not like doing what everyone else is doing. And like, actually, you're just like analyzing everyone so hard, too hard. Like, you do have the ability to see inside. Like, what's obvious to you is so unobvious to other people. And sometimes that makes you so frustrated, because you're like, how do you guys know I can see what I see? And again, forcing your opinions on anybody in an intense fashion has never worked, will never work. And if it does work, it's not for like good, valid reason. So you have to like be able to know the difference between that. The darker side, we kind of talked about that with Pluto, and just using that as like being strong. Like, it does intrigue you. Like, you kind of are into like the darker, taboo side things of life, and that's just you. Allow yourself to be into like the mysterious, the like murder mysteries, or like Law and Order, or like that's like things I see a Scorpio sun being into. So I don't know, maybe. It says that you never give up. Your life has been hard, but when you start focusing on being optimistic instead of expecting the worst, life will change. Life will change, period. I said, you are a powerful ass bitch. It's the second time I've said this. It is hard for you. It's also mentioned in your chart. I can't remember exactly where, but like, it is just an automatic thing that you think negative. It does not matter the situation. It could be like the brightest, most sunniest, amazing day at the zoo, and you could like have to pay $3 for parking, and it would be like, oh, of course, I knew it. Like, because somebody didn't tell you that there was parking there. Like, it's just very hard for you to have like a deflective, go with the flow, no matter what happens, everything's going to be okay kind of attitude. And you allow everything to kind of get you worked up, and you got to stop. You got to stop. You're killing yourself. You are killing yourself early. Like, worry and comparison and guilt and fear, like, I truly believe that that is the thief of all hope, of all joy, of all success. Like, you just taking a second in your brain when you have that automatic thought of something being negative, stop, halt that thought. And it really could be negative. That's going to be a test on you in your spiritual journey, in the law of attraction, understanding that what you speak happens. What you believe happens. Think about driving and playing like the yellow car game. You see yellow cars all the time. Like, that doesn't just happen. Those yellow cars didn't just show up. You are focusing your mind on it, and that's why they're appearing. You are the creator of all things in your life. You are the creator of all happiness. You are the creator of all things good and all things bad. So understanding that sometimes maybe the rut or the low that you're in, you put yourself there. And there is no stronger Scorpio in this world that can see themselves be at a low or approaching a low and say like, whoa, hold your horses. Like, we don't have to go there. That's not my energy. That's not my thoughts. That's not my future. That's not what I want. And to like literally like, don't want it. And you don't have to have it, period. Like, it's that easy. It's that simple. It's that exciting. You really do have the ability to like heal and create and transform people, things, yourself for the good. You are, I'm going to say it again, a powerful ass bitch. And you have to just like tune in and really accept that. It's really time for you to accept that. You don't like taking orders. You will find like when you finally get a job in life, you will be the boss. And I know that about you, okay? I already know that about you, girl. But, like, that is meant to be you. Don't let nobody make you feel bad about that. Don't let no one make you feel timid about that. Like, yes, you are. Yes, you can. You are more than capable. Period. End of story. Like, that's it. You're very intelligent. You are not always good at listening, though. It says, what I took from it is, like, and it's not in, like, a very, like, insincere way. You just truly... are just like kind of always on to like the next idea or the next thing, or like it's not, you do not do it to be rude, but sometimes people think that you could give a shit about what they say or what they think. And honestly, I know from doing this that that is the exact opposite of what you want people to think. You really do care so much about the people you love. And it's just going to take you learning and adapting to taking a second and just slowing the frick down. Slow down, like pause and reflect. Like when I first started my like wellness journey and I was taking CBD, like I still had to like when I was wanted to get mad or I wanted to flip or get angry, it was like I had to like literally like a toddler, like stop myself. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's so stupid. And sometimes it even makes you more mad to have to do that, but do it again. You cannot make decisions when you are at your intense Scorpio high. And if you are making decisions, it's out of an intense emotion. And that is just never the time to make any sort of decision, Scorpio. Okay? Okay. I'm thinking about breaking this down in 2 parts. So I'm about at like 16 minutes right here. So I think I'm going to go through... I don't even know if I want to start her moon because it gets real deep here. So I think I might pause this. Let's finish just a little bit with Scorpio. So it does say that you are proud of like your thoughts and opinions. Are we still going? Okay, that was weird. I think that was the universe telling me to pause. So we're going to pause. Part 2 coming soon.